From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
It's February 1st, 2021, and right now on Good Morning Indiana.
I get it. I understand. I have to wait my turn. There's a line. I get it.
Frustrated and waiting on unemployment benefits, why a Hamilton County woman says a simple mistake has left her without benefits since the summer.
If we lost this opportunity to own this franchise, I really don't know what I would do next, because it really does have my heart.
The pandemic has left small businesses at risk of closing their doors. This morning, the efforts one city is taking to keep mom and pop shops up and running.
Plus, comedy clubs have been without fans for nearly a year.
If we have the entertainment, we know how to bring a great show.
This morning, how two industries are coming together to survive the pandemic.
And this morning, we are following a developing story impacting thousands of school children and thousands of families on this first Monday in February. Right now, 112 area school districts are either delayed or canceled. Greenfield Central, Greensburg, Newcastle, and South Henry schools are among those closed or using an e-learning day. Kokomo, Hamilton Heights, Western Boone, Tipton, and Lafayette schools are calling a delay. You can find the complete list of closing and delays right now on the WRTV app as well as the Storm Shield app. And we've seen this list of closings and delays just grow throughout the last 90 minutes.
Lots of changes out there, Raphael and Todd. Hopefully we won't see too many changes. What can we expect over here?
You know, I think we're basically done with the accumulating snow. There's a few snow showers out there, so a lot of those closures and delays are left over from what we've seen over the course of the weekend. Of course, the heaviest of the snow was Saturday night into Sunday morning. But yesterday, temperatures didn't really get much above freezing, so there's definitely some slick spots out there, and you have to give yourself some extra time. The view from IMS right now back towards downtown Indianapolis, you can see the skyline, so that's good news. That means the intensity of this snow is not strong enough to reduce the visibility. And if you can't reduce the visibility, you're not going to be dealing with any additional issues on the roadways. And on my drive in, the roads that were salted were in really good shape. And of course, the side roads that didn't see any plows or salts, you are going to have a little rougher go. Temperatures in the 20s right now. It looks a little worse on radar here in the metro area. That's just a few flurries. This little band of snow, which has been pretty persistent in portions of Randolph and Wayne County, even down into portions of Connorsville here. That could put down a quick little coating. So if your travels are in that area or you live there, just be aware of that. But we'll continue to diminish the threat of any snow showers here throughout the day today. Otherwise, just lots of clouds and chilly temperatures as highs only get warm right up to right around 30 degrees.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Let's take a look right now at our traffic from our camera here on the west side. This is I-465, I-74 and Crawfordsville Road. You can see traffic there is traveling up to speed. The roads are wet, as you can see by the headlights moving across our screen. They've been treated, so most of the snow is just on the shoulders. That is good news. Just use caution out there, and let's take a look at what it looks like on the opposite side of town. Our photographer Shay Goodpaster is in the driver's seat of our live drive vehicle, and here's a dash cam view of I-70 traveling eastbound. It's a little east of Post Road this morning. Just beware, we do have reports of slick roads out in Hancock County on the side streets, so we do have several school delays and closures in that area, some e-learning days. So check again the bottom of your screen or the WRTV app before you head out there. Especially use caution on those side streets and any bridges, ramps, and overpasses, as they may be still a little bit slick this morning. Raphael.
This morning, let's take you to Hamilton County. Carmel police are asking anyone with evidence or information to come forward as they investigate a deadly shooting. Officers, they were called to West Main Street, that's near Spring Mill Road, around 11:30 on Sunday morning on reports of a man threatening to harm himself. Now, when they arrived, officers could see and hear someone shooting out of a home. The suspect reportedly continued to fire shots after police even evacuated the area. Investigators say he then raised a high-powered rifle toward the officers, so they shot him. He was taken to the hospital where he died.
It's a dangerous situation, but we train very vigorously in active threats, firearms. We do a lot of training. So when the time comes, we're not insulated from this. Something like this can happen anywhere, and we take great pride in being prepared for these types of incidents. We train very hard in order to address these safely and to keep our citizens safe.
Anyone with information potentially helping with the investigation is being asked to call police. That number is 317-571-2580. The Fishers Police Department is handling this case.
Time now is 6:06. A $29 million investment is hoping to bring more affordable housing to downtown and help rejuvenate the city's White River. Union at 16th is an affordable housing and workforce housing project. It's geared towards families at 3 different median income levels. The community will consist of 159 apartments. The new development will also have amenities like a playground, bike trail, and fitness center.
It's clearly a shortage of affordable housing prior to the pandemic. And unfortunately, given the pandemic, it's just going to expedite the demand for additional affordable housing. What we look at from an investment thesis with our financial partners is what we call capture rate. And so how many people do we need to capture and ultimately to have a successful facility? And I will tell you on average, any investment with a 10% capture rate or below is a feasible project. The capture rate on this project came in at 0.8%, so below 1%. So it just obviously shows the tremendous demand and need for affordable housing in downtown Indianapolis.
For this idea, project managers are partnering with Youth Build Indy. It's an initiative providing low-income youth paid real-world experience while getting their high school diploma. Leasing is set to start within the next 2 to 3 months, Lauren.
We do have a reminder, Megan, this morning that everyone needs to be careful if you're out in the snow, on the roads, or even elsewhere. On Sunday, Indianapolis firefighters were called to rescue a woman who fell and hurt herself while she was sledding. They used a rope to bring her back up a 40-foot slope. She was rushed to the hospital to have those injuries checked out. Raphael.
A mother is at odds with the state's unemployment system. WRTV's Kelsey Anderson is live with why the mother says her benefits are being delayed. Kelsey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Raphael. So we spoke to a Cicero mother who says one simple mistake on her weekly voucher has left her without unemployment benefits since late summer. So keep filing and wait. That's what Linda Cummins says she's been doing for months after she stopped receiving unemployment benefits in September. Cummins is a mother of 4, and she filed originally back in the spring when she was laid off from her job at a call center. Things, Cummins says, went smoothly until she says she accidentally checked off that she receives disability on a weekly voucher in September. Cummins says she immediately reached out to explain the mistake, but she says the DWD told her to keep filing her vouchers and wait for a call back.
She was like, well, the only thing you can do is wait for a claims investigator to call. They called mid-October, and on that voicemail she left me said that she needed to hear back from me within 24 to 48 hours or it was automatically denied. I left a message with someone. I never heard anything.
So Cummins says her savings is now all gone, and WRTV reached out to the State Department of Workforce Development for comment on Cummins' situation, but was told by a spokesperson that they can't comment due to privacy concerns. When asked for any information to pass along to folks who believe they may have made a simple mistake like Cummins, the spokesperson pointed us to this webpage. One of the only relevant answers to the original question on this page is about filing weekly vouchers. Now, Cummins tells WRTV that she applied for pandemic unemployment assistance after DWD advised her to do so this week. But her claim, she says, was denied. Now, she's still waiting to hear back on that appeal that she filed in October. Working for you, Kelsey Anderson, WRTV.
Kelsey, thank you. As many small businesses struggle to stay afloat, some are getting help from local governments. From bookstores to boutiques and brewery businesses across Noblesville are getting grants from the city. 45 local establishments received up to $10,000. It'll help them meet immediate needs like payroll, rent, or buying more PPE. Shauna Metzger is the owner of Little Bloomers Children's Boutique. She says the financial help gives her hope.
The grant gave me a sense of relief as to whether or not we'll be able to stay open. I know at least with the grant that we just got from the city, we'll be able to stay open for a few more months. I mean, it definitely will cover, a couple months of rent and utilities and things like that. So hopefully with the vaccinations and other things that are taking place, hopefully things will start looking up.
The application deadline for this second round of grants is closed. Businesses start receiving money this week. Lauren.
Well, now to a sign of hope for the local economy. A new business plans to open in downtown Indianapolis this year. It's called Green District. It's a fast casual salad restaurant. Soon you can check it out at 28 Monument Circle. We talked with one of the owners of the fast-growing chain about the decision to expand during such a difficult time.
And this is by no means over at all. But what we want to do is cement ourselves in the places that is going to grow, that are going to come back. So again, whether that's this year, whether that's next year, Green District is going to be ready to really hone the market. We want to be the place, and everyone's aware of that. Green District has the best salads. We have the best food, the healthy options, and we're just a cool brand and lifestyle.
So Green District currently operates a franchised location at the Shops at Perry Crossing out in Plainfield. The downtown location is expected to open late spring or early summer. Well, the pandemic, Raphael, has brought Hoosiers together really like never before.
And so here's another reason to smile on this Monday morning, Lauren. Our Troy Washington shows us how two industries merged to celebrate their laughter during this pandemic. Troy, good morning.
All the world's a stage starts one of William Shakespeare's monologues. Well, two worlds have come together to thrive through the pandemic. Here at Sterling Event Center in Greenwood, you can get hitched or you can get your fill of jokes watching one of the many comedy shows. Back when restrictions became the new normal, Gutty's Comedy Club was looking for a way to keep going while the Sterling Event Center was also looking to partner up and stay in business.
Here's the thing is we've been providing clean comedy here in Greenwood for about a year. And so we figured, you know what, we would survive if we can team up with someone that has the same, the venue and all that, the same that we do. So we were like, you know what, let's see if we can reach out to someone that has the same view as us or a vision. With how do we provide this comedy for both worlds, those who want to stay home and those who actually want to go out and enjoy themselves.
The point of bringing this mic on this stage is to show people just how strong we are when we work together. Working for you, Troy Washington, WRTV.
Troy, thank you. Parts of the Northeast are preparing for a major winter storm. Ahead this morning, how that storm is impacting travel right here in the Circle City. Todd.
And a few snow showers remain across parts of our area, but the bulk of the accumulating snow has come to an end. There's a few flurries around the metro area, but it's really here on the eastern side of the state that you could pick up an additional quick coating from Wayne County and the Richmond area down through Connorsville into Batesville. We'll talk about not only today's forecast, but look ahead to kind of a wild week of weather heading our way, and when Good Morning Indiana continues right here on WRTV.
Association's Life is Why campaign.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana, 6:16 on your Monday, and we have our live drive vehicle out on the road showing you what the streets look like. We hopped off the interstate, got on a side street here over on the east side. This is 21st Street. You can still see some snow there on the roads. Looks like it has been treated, though. We do have some clear lanes of traffic, so just use caution out there. You may run into some slick spots this morning. Of course, we'll keep you updated on any major delays that will impact your commute. Raphael?
Lauren, the TSA will start enforcing President Biden's mask mandate. Passengers using mass transit, that all begins tomorrow. The order applies to any form of public transportation, including planes, buses, and rideshare programs. If you're not wearing a mask, you can be denied boarding, and you may also face a possible civil penalty. Under the new mandate, the mask needs to have at least 2 or more layers of breathable fabric and also must fit snugly on your face.
Raphael, this morning, cities all along the Northeast are preparing for what could be the biggest snowstorm in years. That includes the Big Apple behind me, which could see more than a foot of snow. Road crews say they have more than 270,000 tons of salt on standby. In New Jersey, state officials have declared a state of emergency. Meanwhile, snow emergencies are in effect in Philadelphia and the Poconos. The Washington, D.C. is preparing for its first major snowstorm in, get this, more than 2 years. hours, Lauren.
And this morning, that storm has canceled nearly 1,400 flights across airports in our country, including some right here in Indianapolis. We checked out FlightAware.com. They track the flights and cancellations, any delays out there. And right now, 8 flights are canceled out of the Indianapolis International Airport. So those include flights to Newark, LaGuardia, Baltimore, and Washington, D.C. If you're planning on heading anywhere along the East Coast today, you're advised check with your airline before you make the trek to the airport. And Todd, you have that storm pulled up right now over on the East Coast.
Yeah, you know, winter storm warnings in place all the way from Maine, which is kind of hidden here behind the banner, through much of New England into southern New Jersey and then back through central Pennsylvania. And then the purple that you see here, those are winter weather advisories, which, by the way, there are some counties in far southeast portions of our state that are under winter weather advisories as they continue to deal with some snow showers there in southern locations. But yeah, this is a big time storm system for the East Coast. Here in central Indiana, we continue to have a few snow showers out there. As we look ahead in this forecast, we're going to have a nice midweek warm up. Temperatures will come up into the 40s. The bad news is it's going to be a pretty wet day when the temperatures do get into the 40s, and then an Arctic blast by the weekend. The coldest air we have seen so far this winter season will be heading into our area Saturday and then be firmly in place Sunday and even beyond. More on that in just a few minutes. A view from IMS towards downtown Indianapolis. The temperature in Indy right now sits at 27 degrees. Feels like 16 though because this wind, it's out of the north at 13 miles per hour. That northerly wind is just going to continue to prevent our temperatures really from warming much at all throughout the day. Today, we're in the 20s now anywhere you go across the area, with the exception of a couple 30s here off to the west. 26 in Greenfield, 28 right now in Muncie. 27 is the current temperature in Crawfordsville. And wind chill values are in the teens. You definitely need to bundle up. Lots of school delays out there, some closures as well. And as you take to the roadways, if you have to travel into work, just give yourself a little bit of extra time. Definitely some slick spots out there still. Some snow showers continue this morning, and then we'll taper it off to just some flurries, I think, throughout the afternoon hours, with lots of clouds around and temperatures that'll top off generally right around the 30 degrees for your afternoon high. And here's what's left of the snow showers that are out there. And it's this little band, which has been honestly pretty persistent over the last hour or so as far as staying in place. Some light snow from Winchester just to the west of Richmond. This does impact I-70, and then it continues down towards the Connorsville area as well. If you're traveling on I-70 through Wayne County or you live in that area, just be a little bit careful. But what will happen is the storm system on the East Coast strengthens. It's going to take the moisture and pull it off towards the east, and that's why we only have a flurry or two in the forecast for you this afternoon. This evening, temperatures are in the 20s. Overnight tonight, we're dropping down into the teens and 20s once again with mostly cloudy skies. And then for the day tomorrow on Groundhog Day, temperatures will start off at 23 degrees in the morning. The best bet for some sunshine tomorrow will be in the morning. Otherwise, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies. Now, I told you about the Arctic blast heading our way. As we head into Thursday, it turns into a pretty wet day for us with a high of 42. And then as we go into Saturday, 28 degrees by Sunday morning in the single digits. Virtually no warming on Sunday as temperatures only get back up to about 13 degrees. And that may be even a little generous on my part. Wind chill values likely to be well below zero. Lauren.
All right, Tom, thanks so much. We are keeping a close eye on your commute this morning as you're traveling out there on this Monday. If you do have to head out to work, this is I-65 and I-465, that ramp system down on the south side where traffic is moving along smoothly. As you can see, it's really picking up. Lots of headlights out that way. I noticed on my drive that it's been pretty well treated. The only areas where it's still a little slick was on the entrance and exit ramps, so just use caution on those. However, we know side streets, a lot of them are still pretty snow covered this morning, and so our photographer Shay Goodpaster, he's in live drive. He's been checking out some roads on the east side, says these are pretty slick. This is Rockford Road over on the east side of Indy, so a bit of a change from what you saw on the interstates where everything is mostly just wet. You can see this is still pretty snow-packed over there, so just use caution. We do have several school delays and closures right now on the WRTV mobile app. Raphael.
And your first step, Lauren, to heart health begins with 15 minutes of walking every single day. Did you know that February is American Heart Month? And each morning right here on Good Morning Indiana, we'll share a tip to help you and your family stay healthy. The tips are part of our Go Red for Women campaign, sponsored by the American Heart Association. So we look forward to that every single day right here. Go take a walk this morning. But first, let's head outside as we take a look from our big window. Good morning to Avon, Attica, and Anderson. All great places to call home right here in Central Indiana. You're watching Good Morning Indiana on this Monday on WRTV.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana on this Monday. The time right now is 6:25, and we're giving you a look at your side streets right now from our live drive vehicle. You remember we were on a smaller secondary road, and that was pretty snow covered on the east side. We've now moved to Mithofer Road. Our photographer Shay Goodpaster heading southbound on Mithofer. You can see this one's looking a little bit more clear. Also, a few minutes ago, just saw a salt truck drive by in front of him. So they are out there working. Give them plenty of space if you run into any drivers plowing the streets for your community this morning. Of course, we'll keep you updated on any major issues. But Raphael, Megan, right now it is the time of the show. We talk about what is trending at 6. So here's a good news story for your Monday. A teen helping his mom with cerebral palsy has caught the attention on social media. His mother, Tawana, wrote a post on social media called "He Stole My Heart," which has been shared hundreds of times now. Tawana learned that her son, Jaron Michael, wants to become a rehab doctor, so reached out to an old friend who's a doctor, and that friend's now going to mentor Jaron Michael on his path to becoming a doctor. Wow. Tawana's family also set up a scholarship for him, so he's going to do great things, I think. That is awesome.
Oh, wonderful young man. Well, on the other end of the spectrum and older, Charlie Montanaro is 100 years young and is going strong. The World War II veteran had something big on his bucket list, though, you guys, for his 100th birthday. That's jumping out of an airplane. You can see it right there. Honor Flight Nevada helped make Charlie's dreams come true. He rocked it. And this morning, the Carson City, Nevada man says he's ready for another jump. Charlie, I've done skydiving before. It's a ton of fun.
He's braver than I am.
There's a place, team, there's a place out in Greensburg, I think the entire team should go and jump out of a plane. We'll have a good time.
Yes.
Catch it all on GoPro.
I'm on board.
I'll plan it in the spring. We'll be social distance, all that good stuff. Now listen, adorable is nice, but adorable is even better. You see, 4-year-old Dominic and a new friend caught on camera. Dominic's family was on vacation in the Shenandoah National Park when his mom captured a photo of him and his new best friend. Maybe, they say, it was the Rudolph pajamas that attracted the deer to Dominic. Dominic's mom posted the photo on social media, and it's been now shared thousands of times. That is simply adorable. Yes, indeed. Hey, as you head out this morning, watch your step, Todd Clausen. A little bit of snow here in Franklin.
Yeah, you know, we continue to deal with these snow showers coming through, and obviously we had a lot more snow over the weekend, and not a lot of that melted away, even with the rain that we transitioned to early Sunday morning. But temperatures cold enough for a little bit of snow right now. The only real snow shower band that has the potential of putting down any additional accumulation is this one that stretches from just west of Richmond down into the Connorsville area, and then eventually down into Brookville and eventually Batesville. So this will impact some of the roadways there in eastern Indiana. Just give yourself a little bit of extra time, not only on those roads where the potential for the light snow is falling, but on a lot of secondary roads across the area that have not seen a lot of plows and or salt on them. As far as anything further throughout the day, there could be some flurries off and on throughout the day, but otherwise just mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures don't really do a whole lot here throughout the day today. We're in the mid-20s right now. Highs get only up to right around 30 degrees. Lauren?
All right, Todd, thank you. So more than 1 month after the Christmas holiday, the post office is scrambling to catch up on millions of pieces of undelivered mail. Working for you, our John Matarese looks into why, so you don't waste your money.
Many of us had something arrive late over the holidays, and we understood. After all, it was Christmas. But then why, over a month later, are things still not improving? The holiday mail rush is over. Helen Forrester, though, is among those with late arriving bills.
Actually, I had one that was dated December the 24th, and I didn't get it till like the first week in January.
Frances Johnson was dealing with a late letter to the IRS.
My IRS papers that I did file
they're late.
And Lori Brickner got dinged for a late HOA payment to her condo board.
I sent my HOA fee in, and they never did get it.
Lori works at a bank where she now gets complaints from customers about missing bank mail.
A lot of people are not getting their checks that they've ordered.
The Postal Service says there's two main reasons for all these delays. One, a lot more people shipping a lot more packages during the pandemic. And two, many postal workers out on quarantine. In a statement, the USPS says it's experiencing unprecedented volume increases and limited employee availability due to the impacts of COVID-19. But a report by NPR called "There's No End in Sight" paints a gloomy picture. It says recent postal budget cuts have been devastating, with mail piling up in some sorting centers. So I posted about it on my Facebook page and received almost 500 comments about late mail. Among them, it took 17 days for my rent check to get to my landlord, and I received an insurance bill on the 16th of January, and it was due the 13th.
It's an overall problem with the post office, and it definitely needs to be addressed.
To protect yourself, consider switching to paperless billing so there's no chance of a utility or credit card bill arriving late, and that we don't waste your money. I'm John Madrees. Good morning, Indiana.
From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
Now on Good Morning Indiana, on this Monday morning, here's a look at your 6:30 news feed. Take a look at the bottom of your screen. Dozens of local school districts are delaying or canceling school this morning. A number of schools will also be doing e-learning days. For a complete list, check out the WRTV mobile app and WRTV.com.
A Metro police officer on administrative leave after he shot a man following a traffic stop on the city's west side. Police say the 31-year-old suspect ran after he was pulled over on West Washington Street near Lyndhurst Drive on Saturday. Investigators say the man then fired gunshots at the officer. The officer returned fire, striking the suspect. The man was treated and released from the hospital, then arrested on several criminal charges.
And tickets are on sale this morning as motorcycles invade Lucas Oil Stadium. Supercross racing is back, and Valparaiso native Josh Osby will be competing. Tickets start at $25. They're still on sale right now. There's pod seating for social distancing, and masks are required. Rounds 5 and 6 continue tomorrow and Saturday.
That should be fun to watch. It may not be so much fun to watch everyone shoveling this morning and trying to get to work this morning. It may be a little tricky out there, Todd Clausen.
Yeah, you know, there's definitely slick spots out there on the side roads where you didn't see any salt, where you didn't see any plows throughout the course of the weekend. Temperatures are below freezing, so if any snow melt did take place, it's refrozen now throughout the overnight hours. As far as additional snowfall, there's not a lot out there. There's just this one little band that's finally starting to break up here through the Richmond area up into Winchester as well as Portland, and that's really just about it. A few flurries in and around the metro area, but that is not strong enough to cause any additional issues on the roads. But you have to be careful as you start your Monday off here across the area. There are school delays and there are school cancellations, so make sure you check the WRTV app and our website for those, as well as them scrolling the bottom of your screen. The big nor'easter to the north, as that strengthens, it'll pull the moisture from our area off towards the east. Temperatures right now are in the 20s. Wind chills are in the teens, so you definitely need to bundle up. And as we work our way throughout the day today, unfortunately, temperatures don't really move a whole lot. We'll stay in the mid-20s here throughout the morning hours, with high temperatures eventually, Lauren, getting up to right around 30 degrees.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Let's take a look at those roads this morning from our photographer, Shea Goodpaster. He's on Post Road heading northbound near 34th Street. And right here you can see Post Road looks like it's been treated. It's just wet out there this morning. Use more caution on the side streets and secondary roads that have not been treated. Some of them still snow covered this morning. And I just saw a tweet from Whiteland Police saying they've seen some slick spots out there, urging drivers to be careful. Megan?
Lauren, with plenty of snow still on the roads in some spots, Indy's snow force is active right now. Here's a look at the progress they're making around the city of Indianapolis. Streets that are light blue show where the plowing is currently in progress, while green means snow crews have been there in the last 2 hours. You can get a better look at the map on the WRTV mobile app. Raphael?
Turning now to the pandemic, its impact on our state. The state continuing to report less than 3,000 cases a day over the weekend. Indiana's Department of Health reporting more than 2,300 on Saturday and 1,750 cases on Sunday. Less than 50 new deaths were also reported. Only 5 of those were confirmed on Sunday. 1,433 Hoosiers died from the virus in the month of January. Now, that's a welcome sign when you compare that number to what happened in November and December.
Starting today, crowd restrictions will be eased across most of Indiana. If a county's COVID risk is at the red or orange level, capacity at social gatherings and events can be up to 25%. If a county's risk level is in the yellow zone, capacity can reach up to 50%. 100% capacity is possible if the county is blue, which none are at this point in time. Social distancing, masks, and other safety precautions are still required. Counties, cities, and towns can still make their own guidelines more strict. That has been the case in Marion County throughout the pandemic. Lauren.
It is 6:35. The Hamilton County Health Department is moving its vaccine clinic into a larger building in anticipation of receiving more doses in the coming weeks. Today, the clinic will move from the annex building to the exhibition hall at the 4-H Fairgrounds in Noblesville, which is 6 times bigger. Signs will be displayed to help people get to the right place in the fairgrounds. Officials say Hamilton County was originally allotted 800 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine per week. They expect that number to double by mid-February. And a reminder for you, right now here in the state of Indiana, anyone who is age 70 and older, long-term care residents, first responders, and healthcare workers, you are eligible to get your vaccine. You need to register though, so go to ourshot.in.gov or you can call 211. Remember, supply is limited, so appointments are not guaranteed.
Good morning to Fishers, Columbus, and Anderson. And no matter where you live in Indiana, Hoosiers, they're pulling together during this pandemic. Our Troy Washington shows us how one partnership is using a dose of laughter to make this situation better. Good morning, Troy.
All the World's a Stage starts one of William Shakespeare's monologues. Well, 2 worlds have come together to thrive through the pandemic.
And what's your title?
The old guy, oh, he's sick. We should laugh.
Even when they aren't trying to be funny, the jokes have a way of sneaking in with these comedians. At Goody's Comedy Club, it's about good, clean fun and laughter.
If you're hanging out with your friends, right, and you're not cracking jokes and doing things, it's not as fun. You know what I mean? So comedy is as minor and micro that is, it's still important. It's still important through all of this because it's for your mental health. It's important for your physical health too as well. It's scientifically proven that when you laugh, it gives you, it's almost like medicine.
And I think we can all agree right now, laughter does soothe the soul, especially with all the pandemic has thrown at Hoosiers. Right now, it's a little bit more difficult to find those funny things. But Goody's Comedy Club was determined to keep the good times rolling. And that's why they teamed up with the Sterling Event Center in Greenwood.
So we're here to accommodate them, whatever they want.
As we all look for a reason to celebrate, the Sterling Event Center is still doing birthdays, weddings, and helping people create those memories even during the pandemic. In fact, they are really busy right now planning weddings.
We have a bridal suite, and we have a groom's room, and I have several different arches that the girls can pick, and I decorate them to their colors, and they get married up here on stage.
When weddings aren't going on here on the stage, comedy shows are.
We were like, look, we have the entertainment. We know how to bring a great show. We bring clean comedy to the show. So if anything, it would be ideal to be able to team up with you guys.
The point of bringing this mic on this stage is to show people just how strong we are when we work together. Working for you, Troy Washington, WRTV.
We should also point out that the event center is following all current COVID-19 guidelines. Megan?
Well, fighting to get her benefits, the simple mistake a local woman is warning others about that cost her months of unemployment benefits. That story and more coming up after this break.
Do it for yourself.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana, 6:41 on your Monday. With slick and snow-covered roads all across the state this morning, a number of our counties are currently under a travel advisory. Take a look here at this map. Marion County is under a travel watch, which means officials are recommending only essential travel right now. Dozens of other counties are under a less severe travel advisory, with officials urging people just take extra caution on the roads. Raphael?
Go slow and easy this morning. Thank you, Lauren, for that. And today marks the beginning of Black History Month, and you'll find plenty of activities online for you and your families to enjoy. Although people won't be able to gather this year as they would have last year, there are plenty of virtual events to take part in. On Saturday, the Smithsonian Anacostia Community Museum in Washington will host an online panel to kick off an exhibition opening dedicated to Black men throughout history. There will also be plenty of book releases that will highlight the lives of Black women and men throughout history.
Well, parts of the country are preparing for a potentially historic snowfall. Coming up after the break, how much snow could fall just outside of New York City this week? Todd?
And our snow's beginning to finally wind down here across central Indiana. A few lingering snow showers here this morning and a few flurries out there as well. But the trend here through this next week is going to be temperatures up and down, including an Arctic blast that's going to arrive by the time we get to the weekend. We'll break it all down for you coming up in your WRTV Storm Team forecast.
Papa John's.
It is 6:45 on your Monday, the first day of February, and we're checking out road conditions here in the Fort Bend area to our northeast. You can see from our photographer Shay Goodpaster's dash cam view, we're looking at a vehicle plowing some snow off the roads in that spot. We know several side streets, they're still a little slick this morning if they haven't been treated or plowed yet. So just use caution as you're heading out the door. We have more than 100 school delays and closures right now on the WRTV app. Raphael?
Give all those city and NDOT crews plenty of room this morning to do their jobs. We appreciate what they're doing on days like today. You know, central Indiana is not the only place dealing with this winter weather this morning. As you can imagine, this morning the East Coast bracing for a lot of snow as it heads now east. What happened here? Not heading that way, right? Winter storm emergencies are in place across New England this morning as a powerful nor'easter barrels up the coast. Some places west of New York City could see as much as 2 feet of snow. The storm is already causing major problems for air travel with thousands of flights canceled. So before you head out to Indianapolis International this morning, make sure you check on your flight since we have many connecting flights that head to LaGuardia and Philadelphia.
Triple check it, Raphael. And this morning, a central Indiana mother is questioning why her unemployment benefits have stopped.
This morning, our Kelsey Anderson joins us with her problems with her state payments. Kelsey, fill us in.
Hey, good morning, Raphael. So keep filing and wait. That's what a Cicero woman has been doing for months after one small mistake on a weekly voucher has left her without unemployment benefits since late summer. So Linda Cummins is a mother of 4, and she filed originally back in the spring after she was laid off from her job at a call center. Things, Cummins says, went smoothly until she accidentally checked off that she receives disability on a weekly voucher in September. She says she immediately reached out to explain the mistake, but she says the DWD told her to keep filing vouchers and wait. In late October, Cummins says she sent an appeal, but it wasn't until December that DWD acknowledged that appeal.
Just a sad situation overall, and I know I am not the worst off by any means. It's just frustrating. Such a simple mistake. And here we are.
So Cummins says her savings is now gone. So we reached out to the State Department of Workforce Development for comment on Cummins' situation, but was told by a spokesperson they won't comment due to privacy concerns. When asked for any information to pass along to folks who believe they may have made a simple mistake like Cummins, the spokesperson pointed us to this webpage. One of the only relevant answers to the original question on this page is about filing weekly vouchers. Now, Cummins tells WRTV that she applied for pandemic unemployment assistance after DWD advised her to do so, and she did that last week. She says her claim was denied. She tells us she continues to wait to hear more on her appeal date. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, WRTV.
All right, thank you, Kelsey. You could see and hear the wind there in Kelsey's shot. You could obviously see her hair blowing around, and in the microphone, you could hear the wind out there. And it's a cold one, and you definitely need to bundle up if you're going to be out and about. Here's a live look in Greencastle across the campus at DePaul University. You can see the cars there on the street. It looks like the streets there still a little snow covered, and definitely the parking lots are there across campus. And give yourself some extra time. There wasn't a whole lot of melting that took place from the snow that we saw, and what did melt is refrozen across the area. area with temperatures that are now in the 20s. So definitely some slick spots out there, as well as school delays and cancellations. 27 in Crawfordsville right now, Greenfield at 26, 27 in Connersville, 28 in Indianapolis. You factor in the wind, though, and it feels like it is currently in the teens. 18 in Bloomington, 17 is what it feels like in Indy, as well as Muncie. And I'll talk about the wind chills here hour by hour for you. Actual high temperatures today, as I'll show you, will be getting up to right around 30 degrees. But this is what it's really going to feel like throughout the day today. Wind chills are going to stay in the teens with skies that are going to be mostly cloudy. And look, it could be a few flurries off and on throughout the day. There's some returns showing up on radar. This looks a lot worse than it actually is. That's a flurry or two. And then on the eastern side of the state, we had some stronger snow showers earlier this morning, but those as well are starting to fall apart and move out of the area as that storm system on the east coast, the big nor'easter, continues to strengthen. That's going to continue to pull the moisture finally out of our area. 28 today officially in Logansport for your high forecast, 28 in Anderson as well as Muncie. But again, I showed you the wind chill value, so it's going to feel a lot colder than the numbers you see here as we slide south across central Indiana. 32 in Bloomington with wind chills probably in the upper 20s. Overnight tonight down to 17 degrees here in the city under mostly cloudy skies as we start off the day tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, the best opportunity for some sunshine is going to be the first half of the day. Then the rest of the day is going to be mostly cloudy. It's another chilly day with a temperature right around 30 degrees. But the Arctic blast, the first one of the year, at least here in central Indiana, is going to come in over the weekend. And that's going to result in temperatures that are going to be in the single digits and teens. Those are highs. Lows potentially could be below zero, and wind chill values definitely are going to be below zero. And here is that temperature trend. There's a storm on Thursday, but with a high of 42, it looks like it's going to be mainly rain for us. And then there it is. By the time we get to Sunday, we are down into the teens. And honestly, that may be generous. And if we expanded your 7-day planning forecast out even further, I think that Arctic air sticks around Monday and Tuesday of next week as well. So definitely kind of mentally prepare yourself for that really cold air that'll eventually get here, Lauren.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Let's take a look at traffic this morning. Here's the roads over on the near east side, I-70 at Rural Street, Keystone Avenue. You can see traffic there is really picking up, just maybe a few slowdowns there as folks are heading into the north split. You can see traffic, though, is still moving, so no problems there. And the roads are pretty much clear from snow, just a little wet on the travel lanes. The snow is off in the shoulders, but even that entrance ramp looks pretty good at this hour. No crashes here to slow you down. So let's take a look from Live Drive. Our photographer Shave Goodpaster's on 56th Street this morning over on the northeast side, and you can see traffic is moving along smoothly. You can see some wet roads, maybe a few slick spots out there as the side streets aren't as clear as the interstates, but of course we'll keep you updated if there are any major trouble spots for your commute.
Certainly lots to keep an eye on. Thank you, Lauren. An investigation underway after a deadly shooting in Carmel. We have your top stories, plus what police are saying after an officer opened fire. That's right after the break. Stay with us.
On 96th Street.
Welcome back. The time right now is 6:55. We're keeping a close eye on your roads this morning. As we know, we have some slick spots out there. This is a look from Live Drive on I-69 northbound near 82nd Street. So if you're heading up to Hamilton County, driving around the Castleton area, things look like they're traveling smoothly. He does have the windshield wipers working this morning, so we'll keep a close eye on the roads as conditions could change throughout the morning. Megan?
A very close eye, and thanks for joining us for Good Morning Indiana. We'll check in with Todd Clausen and his Monday morning forecast in just a few moments. Raphael?
But let's get started. The big story this morning, of course, is the weather conditions and all the school delays and closings. Right now, 125 area school districts are either delayed or canceled. Greenfield Central, Greensburg, Newcastle, and South Henry schools are among those closed or using an e-learning day. Kokomo, Hamilton Heights, Western Boone, Tipton, and Lafayette schools are all calling a delay. You can find the complete list of closing and delays right now on the WRTV app.
And Carmel police are investigating a deadly officer-involved shooting. Officers were called to West Main Street near Spring Mill Road around 11:30 Sunday morning. They were there on reports of a man threatening to harm himself. When officers arrived, officers could see and hear someone shooting out of a home. Investigators say he then raised a high-powered a rifle towards officers, so they shot him.
We do have a reminder for you this morning. Be careful in the snow, not just on the roads, but everywhere else. On Sunday, Indianapolis firefighters were called out to rescue a woman who fell and hurt herself during sledding. They used a rope to bring her back up a 40-foot slope. She was rushed to the hospital to have those injuries checked out. Let's get a look at our forecast for today. A chilly one, Todd.
Yeah, really cold here throughout the day today. Wind chills will be in the teens for most of this Monday. There's a few snow showers out there currently, and those will continue to diminish. Little to no additional accumulation. That is the good news. Quiet for Tuesday and Wednesday with temperatures in the 30s. Thursday has the potential to be fairly wet across the area with a high of 42 degrees. That storm could end as a little bit of light snow shower activity, very similar to what we're seeing right now on Friday morning. And then the weekend arrives. Saturday, 28 degrees. Sunday, Arctic blast arrives with high temperatures only in the teens.
Ooh, chilly. Thank you, Todd. And we're back in 25 minutes and throughout Good Morning America with the latest news, weather, and traffic updates.
Don't forget, all your news can be found throughout the day on the WRTV mobile app. Thanks for joining us this Monday. Be safe out there.